Welcome everyone. Good to see you all. Today we are meeting for the Goddess Essence, restoring the Divine Feminine. It's an amazing topic, and I'm sure many of you, all of us here, it's quite an interesting topic to constantly learn more of the essence of the feminine and what it truly means and is, and finding that within you, and also being able to transmit that in your environment with the people around you, and also the benefits of standing in your power, standing in your in the heart of hearts, in the blooming of your heart, because that is very much needed during these times. So I wish to share with you a few words, and mainly this comes from what I've experienced and the people I meet around me. And it's very important for all of us to remind ourselves what is truly happening, because many people do feel very confused right now. They feel confused. You might be also the one feeling confused, because things are rapidly changing very fast. You might be feeling that you are losing the sense of you or losing your identity. Also, it might be that you might be experiencing a lot of emotions, a lot of energy sensations, because of the higher energies and vibrations that are coming into our planet right now. Maybe you know a bit about the astrology and how planets and their alignments affect us, because of course we are in one universe within our galaxy, and whatever happens is influencing us all the time. Maybe you're aware of the full moon, that is quite popular with many people, and knowing that when the full moon is with us, you might feel a lot of emotions, become very sensitive. You might also feel quite bloated in your belly. It all affects, because every planet within our Milky Way especially has its own impact on us. So apart from that, on a universal level, a universe is always evolving, it's always growing, and as it evolves and we are part of it, a lot of transformations take place. And this, we know of it, in this direct time experience, you could say, like a first-hand experience, because now more than ever you know that like something great is happening. Something is happening. Maybe you don't fully understand it, but you can feel that something is going on right now. And what is going on right now? We're in the midst of a big transformation. For this transformation to happen, we must let go of our past. And the past, we can easily say, I want to let go, yes, but it's easier said than done. And the reason for this is because the letting go process feels like you are losing a part of you, losing something that you have maybe invested so much and believed so much in. Thus, it feels like you're losing something. So this might feel in form of pain, in form of insecurities that come up for you right now, confusion. I see a lot of confusion, a lot of unclarity, because there's so much going on, and depending where you're focusing can distract you very much at this time. So first of all, as we're navigating through this transformation that is happening as we speak, we must learn to become more and more grounded. More and more grounded let's say you start by becoming more in touch with your body. Most of the time before the pre-awakened stage, before we awaken to a higher consciousness of light and wisdom and love, spiritual love, majority of the times people are quite numb, meaning they're not so much in touch with subtle sensations, deeper emotions, subtle energies, and it all feels like it's one cloud of confusion. Many times I would ask someone, okay, how do you feel right now? And they would have no clues, like, I don't know, I'm just confused, I don't know what I feel, I'm just too sad, I'm just too depressed, or I'm full of anxiety, but I don't know what I truly feel. And this, has come because of our society, how we have been brought up, basically, not just by our parents, but the whole society, media, everything you look around in this planet, it has been there to distract you away from yourself. Meaning wanting to become somebody else, wanting to succeed in a way the other person succeeded, searching for love, searching for the like this fantasy of relationship that it only exists in films and cartoons. There has been so much bombardment, so much that maybe you have not yet realized up until now, but now if you has ignored this, now you can't ignore it anymore. For example, I'm not sure if you have been maybe reading some things was going on in the Olympics, for example, with women, where all of a sudden now these certain women are standing up to voice out, how uncomfortable they have been wearing the gymnasts, their leotards, which has made them feel so objectified. And they were so prone to sexual harassment for years. Nobody have ever noticed this. But now they're standing up for their rights. And all of a sudden, only now, no coincidence, this is happening where there have been changing their own uniform into a leotard, because they're just simply standing up for women's rights, or maybe just human rights after all, isn't it? Also, I've came into my awareness some Norwegian female handball team, which they've kind of had to always perform with apparently a very mini bottoms, which made them feel extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And only recently they went to play with the shorts they have recently created, and they all got fined for it. And then this artist, Pink, apparently came along and said, I will pay for your fines, keep doing what you're doing. So, this is just one part of seeing how, not only women, but women have been quite victimized, even in our consciousness, so much victimizing ourselves. We're not enough. We need to be more beautiful. We need to be more soft. We need to be more this and more that. Always, and comparing, that's kind of was built into our psyche, with our consciousness as a young age, because we were brought up with certain TV shows, with certain fashion industry, with certain banners in the street, with certain movies, with certain models. All of that made an imprint on you. And that left, especially all women, feeling very much a lack of self-worth, a lack of lack is the essence. It's like the root is lack, and then above it stream out different types of lacks. Okay, different types of lacks stream out. It actually streams out from your base chakra, your base of your spine, the root center. The root center, when it's balanced, it sends you energy of feeling whole, feeling grounded, feeling secure and stable within your skin, you could say, because that is the energy that you have in your base center. It is yours to cultivate, right? But if we have not yet come so close to us to realize that, we need to make some change in our lives, we are in the midst of transformation, might as well do something about it. So the lack of our roots presence in our life has really, let's say, diminished and very dimmed down the root center, or else you could say the negative side of the root center is insecurity. It's unsafety. It is lacking of love, lacking of pleasure, lacking of self-empowerment, lacking of believing in yourself. So a lack can really stream into many, many different types. So instead of focusing one by one, go deeper to heal lack. Go deeper within your body, because actually your root chakra is connected with the physical body. Like the sacral, your belly is connected with water. That's why when the full moon is present, very much alive, you get bloated or some indigestion, because it is connected with the water element. If you feel disempowered and you really need to step up into yourself and get courage and willpower and strengthen yourself, that's in your solar plexus. It's your inner sun. So the inner sun is just like the sun outside. When you look at it, you see the sun gives you so much strength and power and self-confidence. And this is how you start rebalancing, or else activating the higher aspects of you. So work is needed, action is needed, information and education is needed, and then step by step, retraining yourself, relearning a higher way, a better way, how you can not only live more peaceful and live more joyful, but also, attract more, bring more prosperity in your life, because there is this law of attraction and law of resonance that many times we really struggle on this, because we don't really get it, what it truly means. I would like to share a few words about this flow of prosperity. It's quite important, and it's also connected with a goddess, and this goddess, which is also an ascended master, is Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. Maybe you've heard of her. She's the goddess of flow of prosperity, which is abundance. And I would like to share a few words about abundance, because abundance is a vibration. A vibration, when it's in resonance with you, you simply become that. It's kind of effortless, but it requires some training for you to vibrate on abundance, for you to vibrate with that totality of being, where there's nothing lacking, or else at least you start to know of it, resonate as it, and cultivate it as you go along. So, the universe, and to simplify it, you could say your life, your life works in a mirror effect. It's a mirror effect. Whatever you see and observe, whatever you invest in, whether through actions, through thoughts, through emotions, through anything, whatever you're observing, that is what you will get. So if you are focusing your attention on willpower, that's where your energy is going, isn't it? You're investing. Have you ever seen it like this? You're investing in willpower, because that is what maybe you need right now to become empowered. Thus, you give your attention to self-empowerment, so that is what is going to strengthen, enhance, and grow. We call that cultivation, but that is what is happening. So many times we focus on what I want, what I need. Yeah, can you reflect a bit on this? I want to be this, and I want to be a better person. I want to become abundant. I want to attract. I need. Want is need, isn't it? Now, if you reflect for a moment, if want is a need, what is the substance underneath need? What is deeper? Where is need coming from? Have you ever thought of this? Need, when need rises, it rises from a place of lack. It's saying, I want something of which I don't have. That's a direct language. That's a direct language. And so we have taught, that by wanting things, by wanting something is actually allowing you to become more abundant, but it's actually not. Because the want in between you and what you wish for, there's a gap. The want and need is a gap from the instance of now. Here I'm going into some quantum reality, where things happen in the now. But that depends how, strong and clear and sharp you truly are with yourself. So the way the law of attraction or law of resonance works, you have to be a few steps ahead. Meaning, you want something, but that's not going to quite work so well, because there is an underlying substance of lack. So that's what you're actually saying to life or universe, lack. Instead, a smarter way is for you to tap more and more in the now to that preferred vibration you are actually looking for. So let's speak of love. Let's speak of love. How many times we have searched for love, looking for love, and trying to find the perfect soulmate, or where's our twin flame and the perfect relationship, and we a lot of, in a way, waste of energy and a lack of vitality, a lack of joy. It becomes very much in your day-to-day life, because you would not feel so fulfilled, isn't it? So when you don't feel fulfilled, remember, there is a lack functioning. See it, bring light to it, so you don't function from it anymore. Instead, you pause, you stop, and you train yourself by tuning. Tuning is easy. It's not something advanced, or it's easy to do. Tuning into something, it's coming close to feeling that preferred vibration, let's say love in this case. So how about igniting that flame of love inside you right now? That is so much more real and so much more efficient. You ignite that vibration of love in your heart, let's say. And the more you focus on love, because everybody feels love inside of you. No matter how you project love or how you want love to be, you can always find love inside your heart. There's love within everyone. So you can tune with love. Tune with love. Get to know love inside you right now. Ignite love inside you right now, so that you can start vibrating love itself. And then you trust. You don't do something to expect something. That is quite conditioned. Yeah, you tune to love within your hearts, to know love, and that's it. And then you trust. You trust life. You trust universe. You trust it. Meaning you let go of it. You don't hold it. You don't expect anything from somebody else to show you a particular love or not. But you focus on tuning your vibration at every moment with that love that you desire. Instantly. No time is needed. We are shifting to this quantum reality, and what this is activating the power inside you at every moment. You have the power. The power is always in the now. Unfortunately, we have not learned this at schools. Imagine if we had learned this at school. The power is always in the now. We would have been already masters of life by now. That is the only hard part, because we are rewiring our system. Only that needs training, like going to the gym, it needs repetition. Only that to change the wiring system, which is of our nervous system. And this is why breath work, for example, is one key tool to do that. Meditation, self-investigation, busting all these old programs that don't serve you anymore. So, it's expanding your consciousness, expanding you to become a higher version of yourself truly exists, and it is possible. But we must shorten the distance, the gaps of lacks, of wants, and all the other, lower limited stuff, like, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, how is this possible, how am I going to change? These are all like victimhood mentality. This is now expired, and it's time to not continue investing in that anymore. It is time to shift your focus into something greater inside you, that which you truly desire, and that which you can truly access in the present moment. And that is by you changing your way of thinking, your actions, your mindset, all of it. And keep coming back to that empowered version of yourself. Or else maybe, coming back to your wholeness, coming back to the totality of you. And maybe, in this moment, what comes up for you is, oh, but I don't like to see all parts of myself. I have not yet made peace with all parts of myself. I hate this about me. I don't like this about me. Does it ring a bell? Well, reflect on that for a moment now, because those are the certain aspects, certain shadows, some may call it, certain areas within you which are neglected, unloved, unwanted. But by who? By you. So here you realize that you are the only one blocking yourself. No one else is really blocking you. You are the only one imprisoning yourself. Whatever is holding you back, whatever it is because you have not yet made peace with that. And all it requires is for you to welcome it instead of pushing it. Yeah, welcome it. Start learning how to welcome these neglected areas of you. And that's when you will start feeling whole again. When you start embracing all of these areas which up until now you have neglected or even hated. So this, what I'm speaking now, it's called the healing process. This is a healing process. Healing means restoring that which has been pushed away, neglected, thus it's in the dark. This is why it's called shadow work. It becomes in the dark. But once you start owning all these fragments, because these are fragments, this is why you would feel broken, separated, divided, unloved, because whatever you experience, though you think it's coming from the other person, you only experience it because it's within your energy field. But it's easier to blame it on somebody else. It's easy to do that. It's easier to judge somebody. It's easier to blame somebody rather than owning these shadows yourself. So I know this is very blunt, it's very direct, but this is the truth. This is the truth. It's a fact, it's a truth. And what I'm speaking of is, knowing how the mind functions. The mind has these strategies. And when we function through these strategies of our mind, it's always the same. Whoever I meet, whatever I have been through directly myself, it is always the same. We think we are so different because our story is unique, yes. But when you drop into the substance or essence, it is always the same. So I recognize that same essence underneath. There's always a strategy where we want to run away, we want to hide or suppress or even fight. And once we start learning to trust this, like even if it's unknown, but there is a divine will. Call it up there, call it inside you, call it in your heart, or wherever works for you, okay? But there is a divine intelligence, a divine will, if you can say that. And when you learn to trust, even if you don't know what is about to happen, and of course, nobody knows what's about to happen the next moment, I don't know what I'm going to say, the next word. I'm not thinking about it. These words are flowing without thought. I'm not thinking what to say. Nobody knows what's the next moment. So why fret about it? Why continue living your life in such a way when you can retrain yourself in a higher way, in a beautiful way, in a joyful way, And by the way, that is your birthright. Your birthright is to be total, whole, complete. Everybody deserves to be that, to be a divine human. This is where we are all moving. This transformation happening is moving towards a divine human. Now, a divine human is already inside you, but it needs to crack open and become more integrated so that you can function, you can move and act and talk from the place of divinity within you. So, some call this a spiritual path, some maybe, tap into more scientific approach, other people might tap into a more religious approach. But, beyond all these labels, there is one path. It is the path of truth, the path of love, and the path of power, all infused into one. It is really about truth. Truth is the most highest important for all of us to know who we truly are. What wishes would you have in your bucket list? Have you ever reflected a bit on if you had to choose one wish, what would that be? One wish, if you had to choose wisely. And of course, one of the deepest wishes is truth, knowing who you are, where you came from, where you're going, what is your soul path, and who is this unlimited you, who is source, what is source, how did this come along, there is a lot of intelligence here that we need to explore more and more within us. And another one which is infused with this is love. Who does not want to be love? Because when you are love, when you move through life from the vibration of love, it does not matter if you're getting love or sending love. You are love. You are love already. Thus, love flows through you. So you receive it effortlessly and you give it because you emit it naturally. Yeah, so this is where humanity is moving towards, this unity consciousness, becoming one with all, and realizing that we are already one with our environment, one with nature, one in this fabric of energy in this universe, and that we are all birthed from source consciousness. It is one consciousness. And also the power that is spoken of, which is part of this trinity of truth, love, and power, they are infused in one. They're not separate. And power is not the self-empowerment that we speak of. The power is more like a spiritual power of light. The light, the power, the intelligence of consciousness, you could say. So once these three are, starting to integrate within us, this is when we become this divine human, walking on earth, transforming the earth, and shifting into a fourth density, but fifth dimension in reality. But this is what is happening right now. We are shifting exactly to a fourth density, meaning your body is becoming lighter with light, and lighter as a volume, as an energetic volume. It's lighter. And fifth dimension in reality is a level, a state of being. Some call it heaven. Heaven is not only available to you when you leave your body and die. Heaven is accessible to you even right now as we speak. Okay, that's a level, a dimension inside you that humanity is, let's say, the awakened ones now are more and more aware of the fifth dimension in reality, which is a realm of love, harmony, kindness, generosity, peace, and these are the frequencies of the feminine. Yes, fifth dimensional energies are the frequencies of the feminine, and this is why at this time you are seeing and hearing a lot of the divine feminine awakening. So we see I'm explaining to you from a very energetical point of view. The awakening of the feminine force is what will restore the dysfunctions on this planet and the people's dysfunctions in their head, in their emotions. Yes, because the dysfunctions are, let's say, of 3D reality, which is a reality of linear reality, living in the past or future. This is where majority, let's say, 80% of people live. Carrying the past with them, carry the memories with you, carrying the past with you. It's heavy. We all know how it feels. It's heavy. And then anxious of the future. This future, which is so unknown, and we're so afraid of it because we don't know what's happening, what's about to happen to us. Yes, so that is linear reality, it's called. Jumping from past to future, linear reality. And now we're shifting to a quantum reality, which is such a big opening for us. And this is available to us all, meaning there is so much flow of prosperity when you can choose wisely where your focus and attention is going. So, knowing that you have the power to change your present, this is where your shift happens. Your shift happens only by you taking action in the now. And taking action in the now, not by victimizing yourself of what you want in the future, but by bringing that future into the now. By bringing that future into the now. Let's say love, let's say confidence, let's say beauty, let's say kindness, whatever, bring it here. Bring it right here. Because you can do that, but you must be willing to meet yourself. That's the healing, and also willing to let go. Let go, meaning letting go of that which is no longer serving you. But the best way to do this is to really be honest. There is no better way to do this. Be honest with yourself has a lot of strength. It's a lot of strength to own what we feel and not run away from ourselves anymore. So this is very, very important for our transformation to be easier. When we struggle, when we go through such a bad time and we reflect on it, we realize that we're attaching to it. We want to keep something that it's not, isn't it? We want to have something that it's not here. Let's say you had a relationship and the relationship broke apart, and yet you're still carrying that with you, wishing that it was still together. But the universe, life right now shows you that it is not. Thus you don't accept it. Thus you struggle, you fight with it, and it's all so turbulent because there is a lot of struggle in it. Instead, you shift to you in honesty, in willingness to meet your feelings as they are, see how you feel, checking in with yourself, and slowly, slowly starting this healing process of the fragmentation into wholeness. That is how you become whole. So, I've shared many tips today, many different angles, and tackled many different sides of the same coin, you could say.